Hello, hello. We're live again with Ask Your Mentor Anything Live, but this time with the Mindset Edition episodes. And I cannot believe it, Luna, that we are already in the fifth session of the
Yeah,
Mindset series. Amazing. Welcome. How are you?
very good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So, just for those that they might be watching us for the first time, first of all, you can introduce yourselves in the chat, in the comments below this video, wherever you are watching it, because we're broadcasting all over the internet. So, wherever you're watching us from, please use the comments below, and we will be able to see your comments. Okay, share your location, where are you watching us from? We would love to know, and introduce yourself. And of course, if you have any kind of questions, definitely you can use the chat so as to be able to see them. Luna and myself, we will make our best to answer them all. Okay, so today's topic is really important in my opinion. Thank you for liking us. Thank you for watching us live. Let us know where are you watching us from. That's amazing. We're back at school. I feel, Luna, like after the holidays we took, and we are behind the scenes creating and new things for the community. Hello to Poland, and you can use the link on StreamYard so as to be able to see your name in the chat. I assume it's Dorota. So these series are live series. They are taking place once per month. They are mindset oriented. It's an initiative that actually was born in the annual alumni that we have as a community of my mentoring programs. And we saw it as a need with Luna, and definitely we said, why not one of the episodes of the Ask Your Mentor Anything Lives to actually focus a lot on mindset, because you need it, as you told me, Luna, and I will give you a speech in short. And because actually I've been repeating myself a lot that mindset plays like 80, even 90% a role in our activity, business activity, and our success. That's what I've seen. That's what I've been sharing myself. So definitely, I think this is really, really important. And last comment is the fact that this is Ask Your Mentor Anything, and there is a reason why that we have this title, because we really ask for your questions. We're here to answer any kind of questions you might have, business related to the translation industry. Okay, so translation, business related topics that you would like to discuss, questions about your own business. And of course, there is a link that if you would like anonymously to ask any kind of questions, you can use the link that you will see in the description box and before the actual live to send those questions to us for us to be prepared. But if you join, like hop on this live that I see, many of you are here with us today, use the chat below, use the comments below this video, and we will be able to answer any kind of your questions. That's what was my main purpose when I started this initiative, the Ask Your Mentor Anything, to be able to have somewhere to ask any kind of questions, to also warm up the community and the interaction with you that I've really, really missed, to be honest. So Luna, welcome back. If you would like shortly to introduce the topic.
Yes, of course. So I thought for today it would be a really, really great time. I mean, it's the beginning of the year, but it's very important to take stock of the year that was past. For a lot of us, in December is a race a little bit, and everything goes a little bit crazy. So I thought that it would be a really good idea to review your processes, Virginia and Myron, and if we have participation from the chat as well, please let us know how you conduct your yearly review. How do you take stock of what happened? How do you find the lessons that you need from your business in order to steer it in the right direction, to make it more into your dream business? Because this is what's important.
Definitely, we want your contribution. Okay, so Dorota, everyone that you're watching us here, definitely let us know. And because I know this is a feature we have also in the annual alumni, the members who are participating in the annual alumni, they get a more personalized support. So definitely after this live, we will have our monthly call and we can discuss better. And in the inner circle, the community that we have, the private one for the alumni. So if you're here, ladies, let us know in the chat. We will be able to cover your needs, your questions and any kind of issues you might be facing in your business in a more private, way and personalized in the alumni. But in the meantime, we're broadcasting in the Mentoring for Translators group. So definitely jump on and say hello. And definitely we would love to know where you're watching us from. And of course, on LinkedIn, publicly, and on YouTube publicly, and my Facebook page. Amazing. So definitely, I agree with you. I really love, the review. And for me, another reason why it's really, really important to review our previous activity in general, and of course the whole year, because I've been using this example, and my friend Martina also is using it, is the Google Maps. So whenever you ask a consultant, an expert, someone for advice where you would like to go, which is really important to know beforehand, they will always ask you where you stand right now. And for you, in order to be able to know where you stand, so as to create a path with, directions that they will really take you where you want to go, you need to know exactly, you need to know this information to any kind of consultant, mentor. Hello to France. Amazing. We have people that are watching us from France. So you need to click the StreamYard link so as to be able, to see your names. Marion Cataneo. Okay, amazing. So Luna, where are you based right now? The last time
I'm based in the UK, but I'm spending a lot of time in Budapest at the moment because I'm learning Hungarian.
That's why I'm asking you. Okay,
at the moment, right now I'm in Budapest, yes.
So let's dig into the topic, Luna.
Sure. Yes. So first of all, I wanted to present some, there are obviously the good old spreadsheet that you can use for all of those analytics that you need.
Tools. So we start with the tools, just to introduce what we are talking. So it's a subsection. We thought that it would be useful also to share with you some tools that might find useful. And Luna Voluntaries is going to show you what she's been doing. Is that correct?
Yes.
So everyone who's watching. Yeah. Okay. So let's start by.
But I think what's important at first is to understand the metrics that you will need in order to conduct this review, right? I think it's quite important to know your overall sales, but your sales per client. So if you don't have those metrics, maybe it would be a good idea to set them up right now, sooner rather than later, because then you can really get a lot of analysis from and insights from all of these. So sales per service, sales per clients, and which services did you make the most, and which ones do you like better, and all of those metrics there. So I personally use LSP Expert as my. This is not a sponsored post, by the way, but I'm using it as a workflow management tool, and it actually gives me the option to see all of this automatically. So while I'm entering some new projects, I put the type of service and the amount and the clients, and then at the end of the year, I can really see which service did well, and you can also time yourself, so you could also see your profitability per client. So that's really good. So I'm going to try and share my screen to show you a few. I've just got two screenshots to show you.
Yeah, that's one tool among others, and there is one video that we have in the Mentoring for Translators community with the ambassador of this tool. So definitely later on, Luna, you could actually share the link, the previous live, so people they can go back and see those details about this specific tool. But we are here to actually
can you see
share more tools as well. Yeah.
Can you see my screen here?
Yeah, amazing. So I see it here.
Yeah. So this, for example, is I've blocked the numbers and things. But this is just the client sheet. So you see all the columns obviously mean every client, and then you can see in what proportion they were useful to your business this year. And I'm going to stop this one, and I'm going to stop another one. It's very similar.
What does it show, the analytics of your data?
And hang on, let me just show this one. And then this one is going to be per service. So this is basically the same sort of charts, just showing you in what proportion you had this or that service, basically. I think it's very important. Anyway, this is just a short overview. And in this tool, you also have many more ways to really visualize your business, which is very important. However, you don't have to have a particular tool. You can obviously do that on an Excel spreadsheet, and then do your own analytics at the end of the year. And you can use, for example, one accounting management software that I use that is also web-based. And this allows me as well to show some graphs and things like that. So you need to maybe see if the tools that you're already using have this tool, this idea. So you can
Yeah,
actually visualize it.
so we already mentioned one project management tool that Luna said he has screenshots with you by using it. There are many other project management tools. I'm not 100% if they integrate such a feature, but definitely if they include an accounting system, you can see your numbers of your previous activity per service and of course per client. That's 100% sure. What I do myself, since we were discussing that previously, actually, I have a consultation with my accountants, so I ask them for those numbers. So if you have invested in your account, definitely I recommend it if you're seeing seriously your business and yourself as a business owner or maybe also solopreneur. Definitely, I would recommend you the first investment to make is actually to a good lawyer and accountant. So whenever the year ends, I ask for my numbers even a bit earlier than this, just to have them on time to be able to close the year the right way. So, but this review actually gives us only the numbers, as you might realize. So either you use a simple spreadsheet where you can monitor, okay, your progress, your revenue, income per client, per service. You can do that manually. It's a lot of work, but definitely pays off to know, okay, which service really brings you the money, or you might want to invest or boost your activity the upcoming year according to the numbers that you get, and accordingly the clients you would like, to support more based on the numbers, or some clients that you need to leave behind. And actually that's the basis of actually setting up your new client acquisition strategy or marketing strategy, just to focus those directions that they were really fruitful for you, they would really profitable the last year, and that is the basis of an efficient, successful marketing and client acquisition strategy for the upcoming year. So apart from LSP Expert that Luna just mentioned, a simple Excel spreadsheet that you can use so as to monitor your progress. Of course, your accountant, if you have one, you should see them as your partner in your business and ask them for those numbers twice per year at least. Of course, if you have invested also in an invoicing system, accounting or bookkeeping tool like Wave, like Luna is using it, Zero is very well known, QuickBooks and similar tools, those really work well. So as to monitor at least the numbers, okay? Which client was the most profitable, which service, okay, is more profitable, and so on. And of course, other project management tools that you could actually take a look and see if you really like them and they really integrate such a feature, which I doubt they don't. Usually they do, especially if they integrate an invoicing system. There is XTRF, is very well known. It's a bit expensive, a bit more complicated, but I know it's very efficient for business owners. So those that they actually delegate projects, they outsource, they create a team. So they are at some point of boosting their activity and upscaling their business, to the next level. And Prozetext is another translation for the translation industry. Only those tools are project management and invoicing tools specifically designed for our industry translation. So it's easier for you to extract this information. So especially the LSP, okay, Expert, there is a video with the ambassador. We're going to share that later on in our community, the Mentoring for Translator, where actually we keep everything there. And of course, you can find everything on my YouTube channel. Everything about the previous Ask Your Mentor Anything live. So
yeah, and we will share all those tools that we mentioned. We can share them. I'll share them in the group as well later.
So much, Luna, that would be really helpful. The last thing we have talked about the marketing expense. So you don't only monitor there, okay, the most profitable
the money that comes in, but also the money that goes out. Of course, it's also very important, what you spent your business expenses on, how much you spend per year on your marketing, how much you're spending per year on your CPD, on your training, on honing your skills, and all of, and also on your subscriptions, if you might have some. And I think all of this is very, very insightful as well, because then in the new year you can either set budgets for the year ahead. For example, I spent too much on marketing last year, so this year I'm going to do a bit less, or the other way around. And then this way you can really devise a proper strategy for your business and make it even better.
Yeah, and definitely, since you mentioned that, on an Excel spreadsheet you need to do that manually, so it's a bit of time consuming to characterize each of the fields of your invoicing. But if you use it like the ones we mentioned already, you need to from a Dropbox menu or something like that, include that there, so as at the end of the year to be able to know where your expenses have gone. And definitely I wouldn't suggest you to decrease any budget you have for your marketing, but more efficiently use the channels that actually worked best for you. Or if you have used some channels and you didn't see results, but you invested at the right time, okay, because marketing is a long-term process, then you need to turn to different methods, different strategies, so as to check what works best for you and gives you the best results when it comes to marketing. But most important, before we continue, because I know that you might tell me, but this is a mindset session and we're talking about tools. So first of all, it was Luna's idea to have a 360 approach, so as to be able to help you with your mindset, also to have an overview of what practically you can use as a tool, so as to get those numbers. But
yeah, because all of this knowledge really gives you the power to change things and then feel better in the long run.
Exactly. But because some people, they might think that yearly review is only about numbers. I would like to share a story like myself about a meeting I have had with my accountant the other days, and we were discussing, the growth along the way and per year and the changes so far. So when I had one year better than the other, and he told me something like, "You're wrong," but I told him, for example, I mentioned to him that, but yes, last year I went even better. So do you still see growth? And he told me growth is not only, the net income, whatever that you make per year, or revenue, or whatever it is. Growth, and I found it really insightful. We can say that growth is actually the growth you make as a person, you as a character, personality, the personal growth that you actually make along the way. Because we don't need only to focus on numbers. Numbers are really important, yes. In order to grow, you need to earn money, yes, but that's not the only goal, and shouldn't be the only goal. So getting satisfaction, as Luna mentioned already, by what you're doing on a daily basis, okay, is really, really important. To feel creative enough by creating new things for your business, even if they're marketing related, or the actual service that you provide, or your new website, or whatever you create, that's really important. That's actually part of your growth as well. And definitely the self-fulfillment that we say, that is really, really important when it comes to growth. And for example, what he told me, yes, okay, you might not have exactly the same growth you had like last year, but you're still growing. And of course, what he told me, but you have added a second, for example, business that you created. You have created so many new programs. It's very innovative what you do. You have been accepted for a PhD as well. So those are taken into consideration when we talk about yearly review and growth. So definitely the next time you're going to make your yearly review, take into consideration those things, because it's not only about numbers. Numbers are really important, okay, for us to keep growing, but definitely they're not the only things that we need to check out so as to characterize our growth. What do you
Exactly,
think?
and I think like if things are going smoothly, and maybe the next year you want to focus on a personal project or a creative project or something like that, it's totally also okay to keep the same numbers. If this is very comfortable for you, there's no we have this pressure sometimes to always make better profit from very, very large companies all around us. This is how business is based on, what business is based on. And but it's also nice to just enjoy what you have. If it's working well, you don't necessarily have to push yourself further. You can also
So
just
other ways that we can
enjoy.
use in our benefit, in our growth, the yearly review. Let's get into other things as well that we can do. Luna, is there anything else you would like to add?
Yeah, no, that's it for that particular part.
Yeah, let's
I
go to the
think
next part. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, what you get from this amazing knowledge and all this data really is like how, so like we were saying, for example, you can categorize what service do I really enjoy, and in what proportion did I do that service. For example, if I love interpreting, and interpreting is a very slow and a very little part of my business for the year, I'm going to try and maybe target my marketing efforts into more interpreting, to do more of what I like. Or if the clients, you can also categorize your clients in the really, really good ones that you love, the ones that you love but it's more of a passion because sometimes they have lower rates, the ones that you don't really like to work for them, but they're always there for you, things like that. And from those categories, really decide, for example, some clients that you want to focus on more. So in your marketing efforts, you can say, this is my ideal client. I'm going to try and find more clients like this, and maybe work a little bit less with this particular client that you like working with less. So all of this knowledge really gives you so much power in how to direct your efforts, basically, I think.
Yeah, so thank you for mentioning that, because we tend to neglect, and actually something happens along the way that we haven't planned. So we might realize, okay, through the yearly review, that maybe most of our income comes from a source that we hadn't thought initially, or it wasn't included, in our strategy, in our goals. So we might start, as, I don't know, translators, marketing translators. But in the meantime, we see through this yearly review that most of our income, or our satisfied clients, or the satisfaction we got through, is actually transcreation projects that we undertook, or copywriting. So we might, and I think that we need to take that into consideration if we want to keep growing that specific field, if it keeps giving us satisfaction. And if we see that something profitable, why not to boost that activity, that kind of clients, service in our business the upcoming year, and should be integrated, whatever that means, in our marketing campaign, like adding a new tab on our website menu, like describing this offer, updating our LinkedIn profile, if this is something we would like to boost, and so many other ways, like our portfolio, creating a targeted CV. There are so many ways, that this yearly review can actually affect, actions from now. You're right, Virginia. Someone says here, in order to be able, okay, Dorota, great. Let us know, Dorota, what you do for your yearly review. We would like to know. So Luna, next.
Yes, and then you end up with of course, the capacity to set goals, but this time there won't be goals that are just about numbers or what other people expect you to do. There will be goals that are actually based in all the lessons that you learn from a review, and so you will be so much more motivated by those goals, because they will be more satisfying for you. It's like, okay, do less of this service, but do more of this service, and then this way, I think it's really important. And also, I think one technique that you shared, Virginia, about how you write your goals, how you set your goals, and how you write your goals, it really inspired me to have them more in front of my face, because sometimes I tend to write them. Maybe, I don't know, at some point I feel inspired, I write them in a notebook, but I never actually look back at them, and then I'm like, oh yeah, it's true, I had this goal. It's maybe not very disciplined. But now I've taken on your advice to actually stick them on Post-it notes all over my computer.
You should take a photo of this next time. Take a photo of yours.
Okay, maybe I'll share one in the group.
Yeah, that would be lovely enough, because if you've seen that really works for you, why not motivate other people?
Yeah, it works to have it in front of your eyes every day, or you can look up and be like, oh yeah, this is what I'm working towards. I think also for self-love and things like that, a lot of people stick some positive affirmations on their mirrors or things like that in the morning.
I do that.
So this is basically very similar, and I think we could all benefit from that technique.
Yeah, I could talk for hours about goal setting. I would definitely cover it a bit shortly today, but I know that we have a call live session, recorded.
We already had one, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we can share that later on with the people in the community, and they can take a look, because we had already, in a very detailed way, described how you can do the goal setting. Did we skip the CPD and learning new skills
no, this is what I meant about where you see where your money is going, where your expenses are going, and then you can direct more energy and money into CPD and learning and things like that. So I think we covered that.
Yep. For me, before getting to goal setting, it's really important to mention that, because CPD, I'm a CPD hunter. I've been telling that everyone. I really love taking new courses every year. I think that at least before I create my business, second online business mentoring coaching, I used to take all of the courses that they were coming up every year, like any course you have heard about marketing or business growth or whatever. In our translation, I have taken it. And why is that? Because I really believe that growth doesn't really come, through the numbers. It's really a matter of your personal growth. And for me, growing is learning new things and becoming better to the things that I already know. So it's, for me, I don't know, an inner need, a need that I really have to actually learn new things every year. Otherwise, I feel like I'm stuck. So even if it's not a course about marketing, might be new books, might be my MBA that I took now, the PhD. It's a way for me to learn new things, and if you can say,
And stay excited as well.
Yeah, so it's exciting. Yeah, definitely. That's what's for me. Also, I get bored very easily. So it's a way. So definitely including CPD expenses and having them already. Somehow, if you can say schedule them beforehand so as to know where you're going to invest per year, that's really, really important. So I've never hidden that I have a coach myself. I'm a coachee to another coach. They really help me to grow both of my businesses. And I'm investing both in group and one-to-one programs every year. And this investment is more than 5-figure investment. So definitely, because I've seen the results, and that's why I really insist you to take that in consideration. But what I would really like to attract your attention is because I've seen that a lot. Because of lack of confidence, we usually have as translators, because we cannot reach, if we can say, perfectionism doesn't exist. We tend to think that if I take this course, I might get more clients. If, I get another CPD on legal translation, I will become a better legal translation. That's why the clients will choose me. But especially when it comes to direct clients, since I'm teaching this session right now in the Fully Booked Translator Formula, our direct clients, they will never ask for our credentials. They will never buy our services or hire us or assign us a project because, for example, we have an MBA, we have a BA in translation, we have taken that specific CPD or that specific course in that specific language or, field of specialization and so on. They never.
That's true.
Such information look. So what the direct clients they look into is your professionalism and how you can show them your professionalism through the text that you post online, through the text that you have on your LinkedIn profile, through the text that you have on your website, through the conversations you start with them. So even if we think, our clients, we are going to win more clients, by specializing more, by taking this specific course on localization, on transcreation. Yes, I want to learn that too. That's okay. But if you know why you're doing it, and especially if you have planned ahead your expenses. So instead of investing the whole time, and spending your money on CPDs the whole time because of lack of insecurity, what is my advice? Usually first make the money and then reinvest. So at least if you have at least a BA or if you have been translating for many years, first make that investment back, and then reinvest to even keep growing. But for me, there is no growth if we do not earn money from what we're doing it and we keep spending money so as to learn more because we feel insecure. That's something important to know. And if you do not know what level of confidence are you, underconfident or overconfident, definitely a mentor can help you, or even a colleague or someone that you trust. They can tell you, your level of that confidence, just for you to know if you're investing for the right reasons, in that specific CPD, or if you're wasting money and time and your growth will remain the same for the years that you're not, in focusing on actually the growth that you want to achieve. So thank you for this opportunity, Luna, mentioning CPD. So let's get back to goal setting. You promised to ask one photo of yours, so we will be waiting for this.
on my post-its. Yeah, actually, I have a radiator here. I have a few. I have one on top of my second screen.
Yeah, you will send a photo. You promised to us, so I will wait to see that. I would love to see that. But shortly, for those that they haven't been attending all of our lives and they've missed it, shortly to describe what does it mean, so as to understand how you've seen so far your progress by using this method. So everything that we do along the way, especially about the yearly review that we are discussing today. Why? Because we want to focus on our growth and our upcoming year, strategy, and what we need to include there or exclude from what we've been doing so far, or add or remove. So a yearly review definitely can tell us what we've been doing wrong or right, where we need to invest our time and our money and our efforts to see even more results, and what we need to leave behind because it doesn't really bring us what we want. So having already reviewed our last year analytics, data, numbers, taking a moment with a clear mind to write down our wins, because that's really, really important. I had this for the end of this call. Write down the things that you really enjoyed and made you satisfied, like already Luna mentioned. That's really, really important. That's mindset. Focus to the things that they really satisfy. at the same time they bring you the results that you want. And what's goal setting for me also is a if we can say part of my yearly review. So what I do shortly, the short part of my yearly review, is to go back and see the written goals, because I always write down by hand, okay? Handwritten. I have my goals for every year on a plain paper, and I keep them onto my office, and I take a look twice every 6 months, and then again at the end of the year, something like that, on the beginning of the new year. Why is that? Because I love to write off the things that I have already achieved, or maybe I need to postpone just to achieve them, or maybe I need to delete because they're not of my interest anymore, part of my strategy. And those goals usually they have to do with my growth and also my satisfaction. So I'm not only focusing on marketing, client acquisition things, but I also focus a lot on things that they really satisfy. Like I would really love to do this as a hobby this year and integrate it and find the time, for example, or I would really like to take this PD course. And for example, and what I did this year, and I was really happy that when I realized I had written 3 main goals, apart from a long list of smaller goals or actionable steps to achieve bigger goals. I really like to write the bigger. Those could be part of a vision, could be part of seeing you at the age of 45 years old, what you would like to have achieved. And those goals usually are long-term goals that you cannot achieve in a year, but you need to put them in your yearly plan. Okay, why is that? Because you need to take small steps just to see the results you want after 5 or 10 years. So I was really happy to see that I have had 3 main goals, and the first one was to even expand my translation company by hiring people. The second was to create an online business, secondary, okay, different business of the one that I have, that I would be able, okay, to make money online. I don't know why is that. I had predicted the pandemic. It was the pandemic. I don't know. But I definitely had that included even many years ago, but I had it already last year as well. And the third was actually to pursue my academic career, or at least to grow, through my studies, since I had already completed my MBA. And going back this January 2022 I checked all 3 off. They're not 100% achieved, so it doesn't mean that I have got my PhD, but I made, I planted the seed. So I have already started. I was accepted, which takes a lot of like.
That's very cool.
The second was to hire a team, and I really invested, okay, in a consulting company here in Greece to grow my translation company, to hire people, okay, because it was also something I would really like to do in parallel with my coaching business. And the second one, of course, is keep growing and with my programs in the V-mentoring, which for me was a dream to come true. And I never, to be honest, believed that it would have such an impact. And right now in the program, I have 15 people, and literally from all over the world. One is from India, one Miami, Colombia, 2 from New York, 1 from Montreal, Canada, and all the rest from all the European countries that you might think of. So for me, it's a dream to come true. And going back and see what I had written that down, I didn't remember, to be honest. I wouldn't be able to remember what I had written. Now you feel that satisfaction that at least you have taken some steps that they will take you closer to those goals, even if they're not 100% achieved, because they're long-term goals. That's something I would really love to share with you, because I find it really motivating. And definitely when you're going to do the goal setting, as Luna just suggested, Luna, write 3 main goals, the biggest ones, like closer to your vision, and then write the other goals, might be 10, 7, whatever you would like to achieve in the upcoming year. And if it's not, don't feel pressure to you, okay? Sometimes we don't write them down because we're afraid, okay, and if I don't achieve them, yes, but still write them down. And the secret here that Luna mentioned is seeing them every day. So having a post-it is not just a hack that we say. What I used to do, I had 2 posts, not too many, because might be you feel stressed, okay, might be stressful or maybe overwhelming to you, but at least 2 posts where I have one, okay, yellow one with the yearly but short-term goals for the growth of my company, okay. That might be, for example, to hire a marketing assistant to print flyers, to do a print distribution of flyers, I don't know, marketing activity, to participate in that specific conference and that specific exhibition that are on the top of my head right now. But those are short-term goals. They need to be in your plan, just to plan ahead, schedule them and achieve them, okay, in about 3 months from now, or maximum 6 months, okay? And the other post-it, what I usually do is the long-term, like, my academic career, the specific growth that I would like to achieve, the company I would like to create, bigger goals, like, that they need time, they need plan ahead, but definitely you can take some small step in the year and you never lose focus. Because I was reading previously, like before we get into this live one, a very interesting article that the problem is not that you don't have the skills or the knowledge or the strategies, actually, that you have distractions and you don't from achieving that goals. So taking action is really important, as I've been telling you, in the program as well that I create. Taking action is one part, apart from the mindset of success, and of course, and that's what is helping us. By writing them down, we feel them, and by having them in front of us every single day, we keep focus. And of course, you can readjust those post-it, you can write off things that don't fit your schedule or your personality or your character or whatever anymore, your strategy, and you can fit in different ideas that might come up. Is there anything else you would like to add about goal setting, Luna?
I think you covered all the bases.
So you have some ideas of other tasks to perform in January, is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to end this call today just by reminding you of a few things that we also should be doing in January. For example, to check your rates and see your rates sheet if you have one, or your rates per client, and then see if you're still satisfied with this rate or if you'd like to raise it. Of course, we know inflation is going to be even worse with the pandemics. So cover your bases. And even if you can raise them just a little, I think it's good. I know that, Virginia, you have the same, right, since for a while now?
Which one? Great. I was about to mention that, but you disclosed it. So yes, January is a great timing for you to raise rates, and definitely whenever I have mentees, clients, translators, that they come to me and they're telling me, I've been overwhelmed with work, I don't want to work more. The best thing to do is double your rates and keep the clients that they're accepting it still. You will make more money and you will work less. And the best timing to do so is January. So definitely, if you think that should be a part of your strategy, then definitely January is the best time. But when Luna suggested that to be added in the mindset section, I spontaneously thought, to be honest, I have not raised my rates since 2014 and still get pressured to lower my rates here in Greece. But this didn't, hold me back from actually achieving growth of 5-figure business.
For sure.
So it's always a matter of strategy.
And it depends on the service as well. Maybe you raise them in interpreting because you can. And
the type of business, the business model you work, the type of clients, the frequency of projects, if you work with a team. But definitely for me, I haven't, and still I saw the growth I wished. And those rates are not that high that you might think, but it's just that high, that's why to get. No, it's a matter, everything is a matter of strategy.
Definitely. Yeah, so that's that for the rates. So don't forget to set some time aside to do this review, like with a clear head and clear mind, and then really think about all of these things that we talked about today. And also you can check your CV, update your CV and websites, or your socials, profiles, and things like that. I think it's a really good time to do that as well. And I think, this is it. And maybe also send a card. Or I already received some beautiful cards from some of my collaborators that are, I think, in this call. Thank you, Ileana, and thank you, Anne-Sophie. I received your cards, and I think this is super lovely to send cards to your collaborators and clients. Maybe send them a little gift or something like that. And it's just, I think clients really like it. Project managers also do. And it was just a short reminder of January tasks that I think we should all be doing.
Yeah, amazing. So also I received the card from Ileana. It was great. A bit late here in Greece because of the pandemic, most probably.
Me too.
So let us know in the chat which methods you use, what you usually like to do in January. If you agree that this is a good timing, to go for a yearly review. If you still have questions, let us know, in the chat. And yes, we would really love to know your approaches, your insights, if you implement any different ways to actually
any tools as well that could help anybody else. It would be really nice to share.
Yeah, definitely. Before we close with the book of wins that I promised to you, is another method that I do and I really love to do in January, and I have shared with my newsletter subscribers. Just to mention that You can definitely ask us, okay, about topics and suggest us topics and special guests for this live series. Luna has shared a post in our Mentoring for Translators group, and I think we have it all over the internet, Instagram, LinkedIn, definitely. So if you have an idea of a topic you would like to receive help, okay, with business-related translation, business productivity, tools, whatever you would like tech help, drop your topics in the link that you will find there, or reach out to Luna or myself personally so as to be able to integrate in our upcoming sessions plan. And of course, if you have a guest that you would like to actually suggest and to see here live and talk on a specific topic, then definitely use the same form that you will find in the description box of this live to fill in that in anonymously or with your name, whatever you prefer, or comment below this video, or reach out to me or Luna directly and let us know. We will do that for you. We'll do our best to actually have that guest, and of course to cover your needs regarding the topics you would like us to cover during the mindset session, but also in general the Ask Your Mentor Anything live series. So let's close with the book of wins method. What I do is actually every January, and I did that and I said in the newsletter, is a method that I really like to write down the wins, because okay, a yearly review should be objective. We need to write down the good, the bad, and everything, but I have a special, if we can say, way of writing down the wins. And why is that? Because of the satisfaction, as you mentioned, that you get of focusing on the positive side of things, because we tend to neglect, especially such days that we live here, okay, and all over the world because of the pandemic, the crisis, and so on. And of course, that way we will be able to multiply the positive and the good results that we get. So we need to reflect, to review, and then to goal set for the next year based on those results. But keeping a book of wins is the best book that you can read and go back to those pages and read whenever you feel, for example, I don't know, dissatisfied, or you have received a bad comment by a client, or you don't feel that you are getting the growth that you would wish. Getting back to those wins, and those wins can be okay. And I already mentioned some goals that I had achieved at some point this year. So definitely that's a part of my book of wins, but could be anything. Could be the fact that during the pandemic, I was able to visit 3 different countries. That's okay, a win for me that I visit, that I took, for example, some weeks off in the summer. Okay, and I visit some dream destinations like Ephesus, ancient Greece, that's now a part of Turkey, and the city where my grandmother was born, or Ibiza, was a dream destination of mine. So those are also wins. So we don't need to focus, only on numbers, money, and so on.
And do you write them when you achieve them, or when do you write them?
No, at the book of wins, when I
but like
review of the year, and I write the wins, the positive things that happen to me,
like once a year.
Yeah, because also it's a win to lose weight. It's a win to integrate a hobby in your schedule. It's a win if you can take a few weeks off in the year because you planned it ahead, you found the time to do it, you found the resources to implement. And for me, it's a win, and we should take that into consideration. Definitely.
And personal projects as well, like everything.
Yeah, but I also include business, okay? Yes.
Yeah.
But I integrate and I have, along with the business, personal wins, if we can say. By wins, I mean anything that you feel, how to say, proud enough that you achieved it, or you were happy that actually you visited Ibiza, and that was, for example, I don't know, a dream destination since you were young, whatever it is. Write it down, or you got a new, I don't know, dog or pet or whatever. Those things.
Yeah, it's nice to have a separate book for it. Usually, I do a bullet journaling as well, so I usually have a page per year, and I add it. So it's different, but I think it's quite good to have just a separate book for it. So this is also
but not a separate book per year. I mean, you have one book, and then you
for everything. But this way, it's nice because you can really see, your wins from a long time ago that probably don't feel as like the same way as much later on.
And you can read it to other people, and you can motivate or inspire even yourself or other people, kids, family, friends in the future as well.
And you really see the growth as well as a human being. That's lovely.
For me, this is something that has really helped me to grow also as a person, because for me, as I told you, mindset is really important. Positivity is really important. I have seen people achieving great things because of the positivity and the attitude that they have. So Dorota says here something. So she says, I think a book of wins is a great idea. I usually sum the year ups and downs in my mind, say it on LinkedIn. Yes, that's why I told that Dorota, because yes, we do that. like the list of what we achieved, what we did, and so on, the ups and downs that you mentioned here. But for me, the Book of Wins, it's really a boost of confidence, booster, of your confidence, and actually.
And you keep it throughout the years. I think.
And if it's a reality, it's a reality. It's not something that pampering yourself. It's a reality. You did that year. And you feel fulfilled. And it doesn't have to be that excited as traveling. It might be to get a new pet, to integrate a new hobby, whatever it is. And in the mentoring for translators groups, you have mentioned some great, like learning a new language, visiting or planning to visit a new country or whatever. Write those down. And Marion says, I'm a newbie in the translation industry, so I haven't developed any strategy yet, but thank you for sharing your knowledge and piece of advice with us. So I think that, Marion, from now on, you can start at least write those things that you would like to achieve in your business and your personal life, and then you can separate. But you can take a pen and paper, plain paper, write everything that comes to your mind, okay, on a positive day, not a day that you don't feel very well, okay, a day that you feel motivated enough, okay, and you write the things that you would like to achieve in your life and your business even after 10 years, and then you can choose the ones that you can fit in this upcoming year. So Marion, I hope that you're going to implement some of the tips that Luna and myself have said today, and let us know how does this go. Okay, Dorota and Marion, we would love to know your feedback. Luna, anything else before we close?
I think that's it.
I do it 40 minutes, but I talk a lot. So,
No
okay, that was it. Such a pleasure to have you, Luna, again. I really missed the interaction with you guys, and thank God we're back, and we will stick to that, and we'll create a great plan for you. If you're watching us from the annual alumni, this might be a shared video with other channels, but the support you will get, your answers, and anything you would like to discuss in Arena Circle will be, okay, the best ever, and I will be there along the way to help you. So Petra, she says, thank you, Virginia, Luna, for your insights. Thank you, Petra, for being here live with us. Thank you, Marion. She says, I will definitely do it. Okay, let us know how does this go, Marion, and we're going to share the resources that we mentioned in the previous live sessions that we have covered, goal setting and LSP expert with Anne-Sophie, in the comments below. If you're not member of the Mentoring for Translators group, join us on Facebook, totally free community. It will remain forever free community, so I don't intend to do anything. So it's a safe community with translators for all over the world. So if you are a translator, interpreter, and you would like to join us live for these live business related sessions, and you would like to interact with other people, thank you, ladies. They say thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Amazing. Thank you, Dorota. Amazing. Thank you, everyone. Okay, see you in our group, and bye-bye for now. Thank you, Luna.
Bye. Thank you.